Salutation. You don't look like you're quite sincere.
Yeah, Adventure Hope. Queen Dungeon should be to the north. Having a zombie should be here.
Good look out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Syseal's ramparts.
Yep. That should be... What's a good opening? Don't really have much. It's either a summoned creature or pretty much nothing. Yep, I basically have two long-range abilities, the spider and the boulder attack. Which dark tunnel? What is this? I've never seen one before. It has to be the new tactical component to this fight. Let's start with flooding it with oil. It's not that sort of thing. Okay, let's see what happens. It's very weak, and it's a level appropriate, so it's probably something we shouldn't be attacking. Zombies pop out of it. Well, that's going to make things exciting, isn't it? They're headless zombies, though. That's a good thing. Headless zombies sort of don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's gone. Then what? I suppose I could try to save the summoned creature. Don't think it can be saved, but give it a chance. They have to come through the fire no matter what. What happened? That headless zombie just only popped up here. How about if you go back there? How about that? Yeah, I also not sure if I can get experience out of it. I have way too many short-range attacks. They have to attack me though. Yeah, and they can decent damage from fire too. So I think this is more or less settled already. We're just waiting for them to come to their deaths.
The time of your death is at hand.
And these are fairly weak opponents to begin with. I'm increasingly liking this difficulty mode, and I guess I'm somewhat getting used to it. Basically, look for anything that's new.
This is valuable.
Think how it could fit into the system. Usually has to be dealt with first. Speed and initiative bonus. The only real downside to this using two weapons is the battering ram costs 6 points now instead of 4. Everything else should be pretty much the same. The shield is sort of worthless, it's a cheat shield, but this provides attribute bonus, and initiative bonus, and movement bonus. Not exactly amazing, but it's better than the shield. Enraged zombie boars. Classic. And there's like a million of them. And they started to fight, which is worse. Are you a priest? Yeah, it's a priest, so it'll resurrect things. Fuck that. If I just start fighting there, I'm wasting my time like in the previous fight. Not in the previous fight, but the other fight where the priest was there. They're all hovering, so they can ignore the environment there. Fundamental problem is that unless I can get to the priest, I can't do shit anyway. Killing these guys is a gigantic waste of time. I suppose that they might still provide a bit of a distraction for us. Might be better to load and try to attack from my angle where I could attack the priest immediately. The spider will not achieve anything, but it might delay them a little. Point is, the point of the small creature isn't really to achieve anything. Every damage point it does will be healed. They might expend some, single use items on it though. All predictable heal. I'm loading. I don't see how I can get to the priest in any kind of timely manner. The fight has to be fought in a different manner. The biggest mistake is going there.
Rest in peace, darling.
I don't think I've explored
I need to dry
this.
off.
It's not gonna make much of a difference. We can't get a level up or anything before we face those. I just need to get close enough, like 15 meters, so I can use some proper attack spells on it. Maybe teleport it away from the group.
Mercy me, it walks, but it's not dead. The name's not that I reckon my chance. I'm an archaeologist and connoisseur, quite zombies. Should you encounter these ones, it be there. Oh, and I'll never. Marvelous.
Passionate +1. Escort duty, because these are fun. I don't exactly have the firepower of a 4-man group. Just putting that thought out there.
They are but flies to this queen.
And I would assume this undead killer is not the only one attacking us. The others just haven't popped out of the ground yet. It's not much of a tactical fight if there's only one enemy. I suppose it could have special abilities. Wolfram is also injured already.
Help me!
Yeah. That's not exactly true, but healing him might be a good idea anyway. Sort of looks like he doesn't really have reinforcements.
To me! To me! I'm under attack!
Eternal silence awaits you.
You undead vermin!
It's got to be more. One, two, three, four, five. 3 archers. 6. Well, this is gonna suck. Armor Decapitator. I need to deal quite a bit of damage. Fighter is pretty much worthless. I can do a single attack or 2 grenades. I think a little bit of fire is probably our best bet here. Not gonna be super effective, but it'll at least give them second thoughts about attacking us. I can't really do much about the archer unless I just throw it on the other side there. This might be a good idea also to use a scroll to help us out a little bit. It would have to be... well, there aren't exactly great things it could be. Summons aren't particularly good in this situation. I could go with a firefly to ignite more things, but I'm not sure if that would be a sensible thing. Problem is Wolfram. I'm going to lose the spider too, so something summoned in its place might not be a horrible idea. I think I'll go with a smoke grenade to the front. Not gonna do anything bad really, but it might keep us alive. Force them to do certain things. Going right after Wolfram. Yeah, they don't give a shit about me. This is a bit troublesome.
Crush these beams before they crush me!
Yeah, that's what I should do. First and foremost, we cannot summon anything here anymore.
Good as a new penny. This is the end for you.
I'm gonna freeze his ass. I can't see him. So I can't... though I might be able to go a little bit closer and freeze him. At least try it. I think it's a good chance of success.
Where you stand.
But that'll buy me time. 3 hostiles taken care of. 2 archers and an armored decapitator still incoming. 1 archer and armored decapitator incoming. And the armored decapitator
I'm 1 foot in the grave here!
He's dead.
Help
Oh.
me!
So the archers are remaining. Not expect that. Wolfram is still in fairly good shape, so I'm not too concerned about his ass. Don't attack the frozen guy. He's frozen. It's not a threat. Not now. That guy is a threat.
Look up!
But I think we'll be okay as long as he's not an idiot and run into the fire
Crush
there.
these thieves before they crush me!
Chances to get a summoned help here.
They are but flies to this queen.
Hmm. Who left? Specialty arrow on the spider. Good work. That could have ruined my day still, so I need to rescue Wolf from
Please, crush these
simple
thieves
heal should
before they
probably
crush
be
me!
enough. They won't burn all that well because they're warm. I mean, wait, now they're warm. At the same time, it's not all that much I can do here. Attacking with the two weapons is incredibly expensive. I don't really have good spells, so it's sort of a crapshoot what we can do. Still, we can mitigate the incoming damage. And Wolfram is gonna be very hard to kill.
Please, crush these thieves before they crush me!
Death is its own deliverance.
That's ice. Slippery, slippery ice.
I'm 1 foot in the grave here! Help me!
There really isn't all that much I can do.
Shocking power.
At least Wolfram is safe, so if there are no follow-up fights,
To me!
we should be
I'm
fine.
under attack!
I must focus.
Oh fuck, I hate that shit. They move like a fraction of a centimeter and
Feel
they
my
move
fiery
next.
wrath.
Another one bites the puddling selling!
We'll come a loot later. And lose him. It's a town gate.
You did it! We made...
Well, it's a little bit of a free experience. And by free, I mean hard-fought experience. Still, I was expecting a little bit worse from an escort mission.
Ah,
Keeping your own ass alive is one thing, having to worry about other things at the same time, that can get complicated. Okay, where was the house he was in? Somewhere, maybe these two. That one, that's this house guarded by a couple of the zombie dogs. There's an under cellar in this house. Let's see what's in it. Healing mushrooms here. Weakish crafting items. Pretty much looks like a standard issue house. Nothing special. Poison cheese. Healing potion mushrooms. Plus an armor potion. The bottles, so mainly things useful for crafting. And a couple of grenades. Nothing particularly bad, I'd say. Nothing particularly good either, though. Ah, 20,000 still needed for a level up.
I better watch out for that dog.
Yeah,
Which doesn't look very
that's a
happy.
zombie dog.
Somewhat undead. Sink your toxic fangs deep.
Another freeze? No. Air immunity aura. Where is that coming from? Because that's bullshit. Or... ah, they're immune to air. Because he is protected. He is also immune to it. Interesting. Sort of. I need to protect my own ass. Most of it is melee damage that they can seem to be able to do.
I find you in solemn battle.
The mage itself doesn't seem to be all that powerful. So it's fairly easy to take down if I can just get my hands on it. And it's summoning additional creatures. He blinded his own friends. Okay, that's not actually bad for me. Could I have a cheaper way of traveling? Don't quite have the reach. Yeah, now the second weapon is starting to bite me in the ass. Don't quite have the mobility to reach that. I could throw the dog there too. Come on, just... I know I can put it there. Already did it once. Where exactly is that? There we go. hoping the spider will stay alive for a little bit longer. They're in such a nice group now. That's basically perfect. Need to get a little bit closer. I can fireball them or something. There's also water and ice there, so it's gonna be a limited usefulness. Okay. We have a couple of damage bonuses going on. I don't think I can reliably throw anything there, right? So it has to be a scope. There's also some ooze, so that'll explode quite nicely. Can I get everyone there? There we go. Killed the priest, the archer is in trouble, big looking dog is in trouble, swordsman is in trouble, popper is in trouble. They're both more or less just screwed all over, so I'm not in any kind of real danger anymore. Regeneration scroll out of your ass.
I can defeat them all in a blow. Reduced to ash.
Again, I'm fairly pleased with a fight like this. It's not really tough. It's just instead of picking whoever you want to kill, you have to start with something specific. Otherwise you're going to have some kind of limitating factor in the fight. And with fire user, it's not even much of an issue. I mean,
into the fray once more.
lightning is not the effective way to kill undead, fire is.
On the men.
Air defense spell scrolls too. I guess they were really banking on someone using air against these guys. There's another group to the north I need to take care of. I want to fight it now before I go anywhere into these turns. This is definitely a fire themed group. Multiple fire elementals and an undead pyromancer. Can't use poison or fire against it, so it's gonna be interesting because I don't know what exactly am I supposed to use against it then. I don't have a huge amount of attack spells. I do have a couple of ice shard skulls. I'm thinking here we might see the same issue. The pyromancer has to die first. They're protecting it. So if I play this in the right way, fight probably isn't too tough. At the same time, if I get mixed up in nonsense fighting, I'm probably in deep shit. I have an idea how to do this. I'm gonna go invisible and see if I can sneak closer. Open up with some kind of fairly useful attack. Not sure what that would be. A summon creature probably. I can't take care of all of them. How much life does this little guy have? Not that much. I might take that back. A fairly strong damage bonus for 3 turns. I don't intend this to go to all the far. I'm gonna go with pure damage, or physical damage rather. Poison and fire are worthless. We have nails and we have armor piercing. I just need the caster, the rest of the they probably don't bleed, so I'm gonna go with another arbalist one. It should do more damage than the first one. Not enough though. They're all in the same terrible shape. I can probably get a few extra battle points. Adrenaline!
Surge within me.
This is why this horrible ability exists. Almost anything will do.
Piercing particles.
Still one left. Don't really care what it is. Alone, it's not a challenge for me. Oh, yeah. They can't even heal from the fire because it blows on top of them.
Touch of frost.
Yeah, why let the enemy
From
get
brittle
the
to
chance to
tenuous.
show why it's so dangerous? Why not go for ultimate attack to end it before the fight even starts? Silence scroll. Silence probably and witchcraft in general is probably something we want soon. Because with something like that, I could have played a priest out of the fight for a few turns, enough to basically kill some of their support characters and just go through them to kill the priest in a fighting group. So I'm thinking witchcraft is probably a thing we're gonna push forward quickly. Yeah, even though level 2 would allow us to get 2 adept level skill. Mute was definitely one of them. I'm not sure about Charm. Charm only lasts for 2 turns, and a summoned creature that lasts 3 basically gets 2 actions. Then it disappears. So a charmed creature that lasts for 2 turns, it would be we would basically throw it at a target and hope that the enemy surrounding it kill it. We don't hope that it does something useful in the fight. But at the same time, it could also be maybe used to take down a caster or a priest like that. They're not that durable. So I'm not sure. But we would have to make sure that that's actually what they are targeting, the enemies. Otherwise it's just a lot of wasted action points. It's a fairly simple puzzle. You have the guide here that gives you the correct answer to the other one. Earth, water, air, fire. Iwa. I have no idea what the cycle here is. Once we get the correct answers, there's gonna be a guardian there that we have to defeat. We should be appropriate level for those guardians though. It'll be a warrior and an archer. Both will be probably relying heavily on 2 elements. But this could be something totally different.
I wonder what that did. Did that cause a reaction? Did that cause a reaction?
Did indeed.
I wonder what that did.
Weave. Weave is the other one. There should be a guardian waiting for us now. Level 5, 300 hit points. Good resistances overall, not against poison though. Or earth. That's its obvious weakness.
Start with the stalwart.
It's definitely an archer, so we want to maybe start the fight in a specific manner. I'm not sure who's going to higher initiative. She does. And the Oath of Desecration failed. Sort of the entire point of it is that we get close to her, so I can blast her with everything I've got. Scrolls
I think I could
included.
just sneak past.
I want to try to end it before it gets too bad for us. She doesn't have a huge amount of hit points. And she has a couple of resistance weaknesses, so I'm hoping that I can give it those weakness holes, resistance holes. And failed to apply. I think it's like 90% chance of applying it. Yes. Intelligence has to be at least a little bit higher. Can't get it all right now, yeah. 90% chance.
You look, but you
Failed to
cannot
apply
see.
invisible. Not my day, is it? The thief ability should have a higher percentage of chance of failing though, so that's not that big of a deal. 70%. And it's been far more reliable than the Oath of Desecration. I'm not sure how she's going to act. I sort of want to be close to her, but not right on top of her. So what is she going to do? She's summoning something. Spider Bro. No, it's something different. More or less it's a Spider Bro. Oh. I don't get it. That's it. Can do 2 scrolls. Maybe more if I use adrenaline. Let's see what we can do with that too. Poison is probably our best bet. We have some earth abilities, but they don't do nowhere near as much damage as poison. And she has no particular resistance against poison anyway. Yep, almost half health. We don't particularly want to extend this, so please work adrenaline. Worked. Worked just fine. More poison. Yeah, she's done for no matter what I do at this point. The boost and poison will ignite, so she's pretty much gone. You don't have immunity to this, you know. It doesn't matter if she resists a little bit, she's dead.
Feel my mighty wrath.
We're not exactly in a great position, but I think we'll survive. Might get as much distance as possible to the 2. 2 points to do something. I'll wait. I also don't understand what the Dark Hatchling is doing. He sort of doesn't seem to be doing anything. Fire weakness, water weakness. Right, so what exactly do we want to do? Might be a horrible idea to ignite them, but at the same time I'm not sure if that's necessary in any way. For all I know, they'll disappear if I don't do anything to them. Ooh, that hurt. Right, one of them needs to die.
Darling arachnid, aid my plight. Double time.
Yeah, it's pretty much all over now. Dark Hatchling might be able to do a little bit, but yeah, on its own it can't do all that much. Has the better attack though. I think it's a little bit easier to kill too.
Feel the dragon's claw. I needed that.
Not sure why he died. I guess he was technically a summoned creature, so leaves a little bit and then goes away. Dark Hatchling doesn't seem to be like that.
Easy does it.
Okay. That went fairly well.
As good as a new penny.
Have we done both of these? No. I think this was Iwa. So the other was Weave, maybe?
Does anything seem different now? Did that cause a reaction? Now to find out what effect that had.
A lot of arrows. Take the goddamn pendant.
Ooh.
Need him healing. Firestorm grenade. Toxic grenade. Okay, very good haul overall. So there's an added bonus to using resource to kill targets quickly. You get their resources to bolster your own. Carry weight is gonna be a problem if I take all the ore. I haven't noticed any fire here, and I still don't have the mobile kitchen with me. Not sure what kind of a fireplace are we talking about. We can't combine it with something like that. It has to be an actual campfire.
On the mend.
Hopefully the other protector is equally easy to take down.
Back on my feet again.
Okay, we're definitely not gonna get level up out of this, but
Interesting markings. It looks like a circular
we might get
object
decent amount of
fit in.
loot. That'll help us to go far. I think I certainly need a little bit of a heavy hitting spell selection even with the scrolls. Currently it's so close range, and we have to pick out targets from longer range, otherwise fighting becomes increasingly difficult. So a little bit of something. Witchcraft could sort of be it. But it's never a good thing when there's a but. We're in an undead area, so fire attacks might be the most valuable adept level fire attacks. At the same time, we have a decent amount of fire attack scrolls too, so I'm not sure how much of a difference would really mean. I mean, with skill level 2, I would have the +2 and the added cost to adept level attack spells.
It never rains,
I'm
but
like
it
90%
pours, eh?
sure of that, so it's not that simple. What do we have here? Better resistances, but no weaknesses. Physical protections too, same amount of hit points. So a sturdier guy overall. No crushing resistance technically, but I don't think we have an option to just take this guy out. Poison and air would work best, seemingly. Fire is terrible, earth is terrible. Air and poison. And summon creatures. Would positioning make a difference? We would have to go in a fairly clear part to attack it. Air attack would be a couple of blitz bolts, which isn't all that much, and maybe a couple of poison darts. I'm inclined to think the poison darts are probably a fairly good idea. We'd also throw a poison blast under him. Although I'm not quite sure how useful that really is. The point would be to ignite it, but he's very resistant to poison, so I'm not sure if that makes any kind of real difference. I think physical damage might be our best bet, after we get some kind of a decent opening shot at him. I don't want to give him time to buff up or attack too much. And he starts to fight. This is bad. Rain.
To the skin.
So electricity attacks work the best. And I'm frozen, so I'm boned. But what else is he gonna do? He's immune to electricity. Interesting. His earth resistance went down. It's actually one of his weakest resistances now. Not that I can do much about it though. What about water? No water resistance at all. Okay, so that's the weak spot. What are my chances of freezing your ass though? 50-50. Not horrible, but he'll probably resist that immediately. Ice elemental maybe? Might be able to keep him frozen.
Give them the cold shoulder.
I have a few other ideas too. If I can get the Decaying Touch to work on him, that could make things easier for me. I can heal his points away. Fail haste. Yeah. Can't do all that much here. Worth trying though. Yeah, Decaying Touch failed. Not a, doesn't have a great chance of succeeding in the first place, but still. Well, we're keeping him somewhat suppressed, but that won't last. Yeah, it's... This guy will disappear after this turn, so what did he do? He could use his special ability once, then attack another time, and then he doesn't have action points anymore to do anything. Just summons creatures in general are sort of... well, they're shit. Now we don't have a huge amount of options what to do. It's almost impossible to do any damage to this guy. I suppose the earth creature might not be a horrible idea. It has to be something a little bit better, so please keep it cool.
All my enemies!
Enemies. Can I bleed him? No. 7 points of damage. Jesus Christ, his armor class is great. He's negating what? 2/3 of damage. He's raged. That lowers your physical defenses. Water weakness, a little bit, sort of. Air poison. Air is still the best shot. He doesn't have the typical protection against air anymore. Can't get anything done. The wolf might still save my life. It's sturdy enough, it has enough time to survive. And he isn't healing himself at all. He's trying these attacks to screw me over without a doubt, but yeah, he's more or less just reinforcing himself. And he should be vulnerable to earth again. Now we're gonna have to take the oil. Might be worth igniting the son of a bitch. I know he has resistances, but that still doesn't mean he's gonna enjoy burning to death. We'll just ignite everything then.
You play with fire, you get burned!
Didn't ignite shit. Okay, this was a little bit more complicated fight. Offensively I'd say weaker, but tough as crap. Spent a few hundred gold coins just to try to kill him. Might have been able to do it through other means, but well, there's the box. Why exactly am I playing as a crafter if I'm not going to use my crafted gear to take him down? I should grenades would have been an option, but I sort of played myself in a corner by going so close to him. So it wasn't that big of an unrealistic option. I would have killed my own guys and myself, and if he could have gotten some kind of status effect on me, that would have been the end of it. At least with full health I can always survive a couple of turns under a status effect. How close are we to a level up? Not even remotely close. We'll have to teleport out of here, but we can get close to a smelter. It'll be a little bit tedious to walk to the end of this, though. Familiar looking statues. There should be quite a bit of loot here.
A rectangular object seems
Lucky find!
I'm certainly not leaving this loot here. It's needed to get through. There's quite a few chests, probably around 4, and some spare gold spread about.
Now this is valuable.
Is it though? Particle poison dart. Very unimpressive looking loot overall. Not bad, just something that I know I'm gonna just sell to the first shopkeeper. There's like 0 chance I might use something. Slow current. I guess this is at least somewhat useful. We got a grenade out of this. Still fairly disappointing. And we can use these to make more grenades or poisons for other uses. I suppose you could add it to a sword to do some poison damage. Yeah, not that amazing of a place really. Gotta smelt the ore. I'm going to quickly take a look at the shops. Not specifically in the intent of buying ingredients, although that might be an option, but more or less to see if they're starting to sell belts finally. Otherwise we can just continue on toward whatever pops our way next. I think getting to level 6 is an important threshold. Usually things sort of improve after every level.
Did it stop legs and run away?
And we might be able to report some happenings anyway.
Divines doubly bless you, friend.
No... Ooh, new spells, certainly.
It's infected, do you?
Summon air yeah, I think I will have to go through these. Not because I'm looking for new gear or crafting more components, but spells. We have to go after the Spark Master 5000 fairly soon. So a summoned creature that would be immune to electrical damage would be very useful there. Ice Elemental was sucked so badly. So badly.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Air Elemental isn't gonna be all that much better. But it would probably be immune to water damage. But I'm sort of hoping for better spells, honestly. At the same time, might as well sort of take it.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
I'll pay you cash money. I need to actually identify my own items. Saves a little bit of cash. I don't think in a long term this makes a lick of difference, but I'm still poor, so currently it might make a difference between getting what we want and, well, basically going through shops and not being able to get much out of it. Yeah, there isn't that much interesting here really. Perception, yeah, this is all rubbish. Slightly better gloves. Actually, I probably have even better gloves than those. Just forgotten to actually use them. Yeah, everything else can be sold. Definitely higher armor class gloves are available. And I should definitely also use them. It makes a few percentage point difference, I guess. Not a huge amount, but still something that you can feel.
Greetings!
I want to see if this guy has new spells. I've mostly bought them every time I've been here.
You come to the right place, you have.
I don't think
I
she
got every
has.
style
She
of
has certainly
equipment to
new
fit you
stuff.
from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
I'm just quickly glancing through the items to see if they have especially good abilities. I don't really see anything useful. I think this is mostly the same. There might have been a couple of extra items, but I don't think anything major has changed since last time. So I think we should just keep going. 16,000. Do I even have the... Yeah, I have the control switch.
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops.
I'm thinking, do I really want to fight the Spark Master now? It's not like it's we could also maybe sneak past it, go the other side. The Spark Master is a little bit troublesome because naturally we have to use electrical attacks to kill it, and I don't really have anything strong on any front. I suppose I have an air elemental now, a couple of air spells, but very little to be honest. Like pathetically little. Even if I would get Arrow Thirst too, what exactly would I gain from that? Not much. We should really spend it on something though. Witchcraft would give us mute. I could also make a spellbook for Summon Undead Warrior. That's fairly easy to do. I would prefer to buy the spellbook though, or find it. I wouldn't want to waste scrolls on it. But it's a good summon creature, and we do need another. I'm constantly using up scrolls in even half serious fights, and I don't think that's sustainable.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
This is an easy way for me to determine if there's some new stuff here or not. Librarian doesn't get that much new stuff. Yeah, there's definitely new stuff.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
So I'm taking it.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Anything that advances electricity would be welcome, or provides immunity toward it. I think the fight goes in a way that there's like a couple of mages casting lightning bolts on the thing, it charges up and then it shoots instant death. But if I use an air elemental, it's not instant death, it's heal. So
The
the
hunter
fight could
returns.
become manageable.
I hope you
At
are
the
here
same
to shop
time,
rather than
it needs to be
sleuth.
put to an end quickly, no matter what. The loot-wise, there's nothing really. There's a couple of scrolls, but there's the bot again. But we're not exactly poor.
I need a moment to reflect. Compassion is the true heart of our mission.
With each such display of empathy,
Smell the sea air over this.
There's still the other crafter, I suppose, in the middle of the city. But this guy here has a lot of spells for sale. Anything electricity related. The more electricity related stuff we get, the more confident I am that we can take down the Spark Master. I can't get involved in just using this constantly. It's like casting a scroll. If I do that, I can basically have 4 to 5 action points left anymore. So I'm stuck
Yes, good
basically
friend.
doing nothing.
I'm quite
And there
busy
will be
finding
other
for the
enemies there
moment, but
too.
if there's something you'd like to buy, I could set all that aside for a few
A
delicious
couple of attack
moments.
spells for us. And it's fairly cheap too. Yeah, this is mostly stuff that I've probably sold to this guy. But the reason I'm buying eyeballs is that they make for good expensive potions. Don't know if I have actual use for them. I can always sell them away. Alright, still very useful. I suppose if things get really tough for us, I can always make the blank scrolls and spells. I mean, it's not like I can't do it, I just can't get the quality out of them that I want. The final crafter, right.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
There are a couple of fights in the
Dearest customer,
wilderness still,
I've never
or
seen an
you
aura
can
so
even
plagued
access
by
the
ether.
Spark Master.
Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Ooh, Tormented Soul. Thank you very much. That allows you to put strength and dexterity bonuses to a weapon. Really expensive, but every one of these will mean that I have to raise those stats less. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we need to find the funds to actually buy this crap. Yeah, I think it has to be the... Ooh, Headwise. Headwise would be powerful against the Spark Master. That's the only adept level attack spell that might be worthwhile, but why not use it in Air 1? We're going to have to pay some extra cost to using it anyway. Crap, I need the money more than I need anything else. Can't really fire too many fireballs out of these anyway. I might as well sell them. At the same time, if you're using them to just fire fireballs, why not actually sell the more expensive ones? Get more monies. Can scrounge it up somehow. We need about 400 extra. I'm definitely taking the Tormented Soul no matter what the price. It's the first one I've seen so far, so they're not that common. I don't think I still have it. Nope, we need about 100. Diamond it is. I can't think of a use for a diamond anyway. Okay, so a little bit of a reinforcement to our situation. And looking at things, I don't think we made a horrible choice here. Not at all. And we aren't exactly in a position to go after the Sparkmaster. I mean, it's somewhere there, I guess. So there's still a lot of areas that
will inject some vim into your routine.
we would have to clear out. So by the time we get there, we might be looking a lot closer to level up. Yeah, we forgot to report.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter.
Legion
Be
Commander.
vigilant.
Doesn't really matter. And there was the fight against the priest here. I haven't fought that. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do. A lot of things. Once we are actually in a position to go to the cave where the Sparkmaster is, then we can start worrying about do we have enough equipment to take him down. I think we can probably reach level 6 by that time. That should open up doors again. Some of the spells are also level capped, so could have gone and bought maybe the mute spell. That would be a game changer, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a horrible idea at all. It's in the upstairs of the inn. I don't think we can use it all that effectively, so it's not like it'll solve all our problems we've had with these sort of situations. But it'll give me a new way to deal with those things. That's the main thing I'd say. How many new spells does it allow me to get? 2 novice, 2 adept.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
And that's a crafting +1 belt. Thank you very much. I don't care what I have to do to get it. I'll get it. That means we can massively increase what we can do. I'm not sure if our own level affects what we can do with the scrolls. I don't think so. That's why it's so powerful. But yeah, didn't get blacksmithing though. I can barely afford this. Certainly can't afford the other spells now. Just looking at what we would get. 2 novice. We have Decaying Touch. Vampiric Touch. Malediction, lower resistance, probably. No, only 1. Summon Undead Skeleton would be the other. Maybe Malediction, Weaken and Curse, lasts a decent amount of time, and it's a poison to any kind of physical fighter. Decrease of elemental resistances isn't exactly horrible either. It's fairly cheap to cast, and if we get surrounded by enemies we could lower their resistances and then attack. Problem being, not sure if it's worth it. It's the resistance drop is not that major. This is a long range and could screw over a fighter very thoroughly with both a willpower and a bodybuilding saving throw, so at least one of them usually goes through. It doesn't matter what we have to pay for this belt, we have to get the belt. After we get it we can churn out a lot of cash. I'm thinking this wand could be used as a wand effectively against the Sparkmaster, not to cast spells, but just 24 to 40 points of air, probably doing double that, and it only costs 3 to shoot. Still need more. Maybe some of the spell books. I mean, I have no expert marksmen at all. Why the hell am I hoarding on the books? I have no interest in these either. Or slow current, really. These could have uses. For it, yes. So, we're a bit piss poor now. But it's an important but. Crafting 5. Yes. It won't allow us to do certain things, so I'm not sure what uses blacksmithing and what uses crafting, because the crafting system is from the anus. It's a little bit unclear what is used and when. But there are certain things I can pretty confidently say. I'm pretty sure we had animal hides, right? This is not crafting really. But we might be, if we use the magic needle and thread, I'm pretty sure we are creating crafting equipment pieces, not blacksmithing them. Same with the cloth scraps. Oh, I have a oil barrel in the inventory. Alright, that's probably slows me down a little bit. We could create a lot of pixie dust as we need it. Okay, this opens up another option. We can now do the voodoo dolls. They're probably not amazing at this level, but they're similar to all other spells and abilities. They should also get a extra damage boost from leveling up. But they would be physical damage at a decent range. So something I can't do through any other means at my disposal. Could also create additional witchcraft skulls, I suppose, but I'm not so keen on those. We want these like a similar amount to like we would use scrolls or grenades. So we don't need an army of these, but a handful maybe. A single wouldn't be enough to get through a tough spot. 83 to 87 piercing damage at 20 meters. 75% chance at bleeding status. Expensive as a scroll. So, a couple of these would not hurt us. Another tactical option for us to use. That's it. We need money. That's an easy way to see when we do it this way. Homemade rope, level 6. It's decently valuable. Yeah, I think this only takes in crafting is the only skill this takes. So we can use these to make the necessary cash. We can save the ingots for when we get the blacksmithing gear. No, this isn't amazing, but we don't need amazing. We need just something that we can trade in. We can create armor and boots. Armor this way, or hammer if it's a metal scrap. Anvil to create boots. Right, and also do potions. Fire resistance 15%. be earth resistance. Yes. We can also quickly and easily do resist all potions, which is probably what we should mainly focus on doing. The duration is probably the same, and quite often there's not a single elemental damage type that the enemy uses. It's multiples. Eyeballs is large perception potion, 563 for a single one. So it's a very cheap item to buy. Can be sort of mass produced, produces decent amount of cash. It also doesn't weigh much, unlike the armors and the other things, similar things. Do we have any plans? Penny Blossom, what does that do? Large speed potion. Drunane. Poison resistance potion. Fahrenheit. This is Constitution. Yeah. Whisper Wood. Small magical armor potion. I'm not sure how useful that is. Have to be more powerful. And we should be able to do good healing potions. Yeah, medium healing potions. Combine them into large ones. The 20-30% healing just isn't all that much. 50% is starting to be respectable. That can get your ass out of trouble and leave you a lot of action points to use on something more useful. So this crafting basically offers us a wonderful amount of new options to work with. And I'm not really even fully utilizing the ones it does provide. Do we have bottles we want to break? One thing I want to find out. 3 turns versus 3 turns. Resist all. Might as well just make resist all potions instead of individual resistances. It's not the same. Individual resistances can be used on things that you can't do with the resist all potions, so it's not exactly the same. Right. Minor healing and apples could be combined to make them something useful. Poison antidotes. 100% poison resistance for 2 turns. Cheap to use. Large healing. 50% heal. These would be what we mostly want to use when we're really desperate. Not saying I want to get rid of the medium ones, but I want to look at a decent selection of these, so when the shit hits the fan and I look at that, I can see that, yeah, I don't have to hoard or hesitate on am I going to use them or not. I'm just gonna use them to save my life. Right. One final thing. I want to save. We want to make some money too, though. I need to get rid of at least a little bit of the equipment, and we
How
need to buy the
gratifying to see you return.
the
You are
spells.
quickly becoming my favorite
Yeah,
customer.
malediction. I'm not sure about the lower resistances. What about adept level? It's drain willpower, which is good, destroy summon, which is somewhat useful, rapture. Not exactly great spells there either. Drain willpower I'd say is mandatory, but requires level 6, as will all other adept level spells. Destroy summon is wonderful, a bit too expensive maybe. Drain willpower is cheap. Even with the extra +2, it's only 5 action points. Either way, I can't learn them. I can learn them soon enough. Yeah, maybe Rapture. I'd like to get more experience with it, I guess. It could also be a decent opening shot in a fight. they might kill their own guy before anything else happens. So I think there's tactical possibilities there that I'm not aware of. I'd like to learn. Right. And we're full of cash again. Now the most important part. The scrolls. I'm going to maybe take a little bit of a notice what we're gonna get. We have quite a few of them, just we don't even have to make extras yet. But when we have something like 20 plus, I'm going to sort of at least demand that we get 1 or 2 decent ones. I can't exactly get an infinite amount of scrolls. Fingers crossed. But at the same time, I'm not too stingy on what we get. So it doesn't have to be perfect for us to accept it. Only if it's absolute trash in a massive amount, then I might be pissed enough to redo. Thunder jump? Okay, I guess. Farseer. How is this even this is not an air spell. Is it? No, I think this is an expert spell. Expert marksman spell. Well, that's horseshit. We're getting very poor abilities. Very, very poor abilities. That's okay. That's okay too. I wonder if your level influences that, because I'm only seeing novice and adept level. If I can only get those, there's no point in doing this now. I need to wait until I level up more. This is absolute garbage. Okay. Garbage. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing novice and adept only. I'm thinking I don't want to do this. It's a huge waste of potential if that's the only thing I can get. Massive waste of potential. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything except mediocrity. Yeah, I think I'll load. There has to be some kind of a level limit then on what you can get. I suppose we won't be making scrolls yet then. It can't be all that high though, because I do recall being fairly low level when I started making them, and there was an occasional master level scroll mixed in. So I'm not sure what that is. I might have to look that up. Someone else has encountered similar issues. I guess we're gonna continue adventuring with what we have. It's not like we weren't planning on doing that anyway. And the spells we got are still fairly useful. Right. Right. Still would have hoped that we could have gotten access to better spells. I suppose we'll still have to clean the areas around the city the old-fashioned way.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant.
Really don't have a lot of new tools at our disposal. I want more armor-piercing grenades. I only have 3. I don't need a huge amount, but like half a dozen. If something comes up, basically I want to be able to handle it. We could try throwing the oil barrel up at the undead priest. That might solve our little problem. then ignite that. Didn't notice any specialty defenses on the enemy group with the zombies. I just need to get the priest out of the fight somehow.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Right. I'll move a little bit here so I actually recall what I was planning on doing. And I'll try to get an answer to the scroll issue. What are the limitations on creating them? Until we can actually get master level abilities on the scrolls, there's no point making them. So we'll have to hit that threshold. Assuming I just wasn't unlucky, that might be also a thing. But if that's the case, that's the answer.